Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Good summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
Welcome to a Friday night at the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
And this is another Friday, and this is what we do. If you tune in for the first time, this is an adult talk show where there's no rules. We talk about slut, smut, and all that stuff. Does that stuff match?
Yeah, something like that.
Anyway, Ketel, you want to give us a rundown?
Sure. How's everybody doing? Doing great. Good. We are truly in party mode. Yesterday was my B-Day. Yay! Woo! And we got a live audience. All right now. Everybody's here and in place at the Pajama Party tonight. We're going to tear it up after 11 o'clock. Watch out now.
Why do we have to wait?
Oh, okay.
Just asking.
Okay, we're going to do our thing then. Okay.
All right, make it do what it do.
All right, I'm going to give y'all the rundown first. Then we can act the fool, right?
Okay, let's go for it.
Okay. Oh, you ready for that?
All right.
All right, we got a hot topic tonight. Update on the Freddie Gray case. Also, judge jails lawyer for wearing Black Lives Matter pins. Here we go again. Police officer describes cover-up in Sandra Bland case. Also, we're going to do a wrap-up on the DNC, the Democratic National Convention wrap-up. We have our hidden and quitted headline. Study finds tallest people are Dutch. Really? Okay.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Apple just pulled a Netflix. San Diego police shooting. Judges rules to free Reagan shooter. Trump supporter yells racist slurs on subway. Papa, what's poppin' with Papa? He got some surprises for us tonight. We got our weird news. Woman claims sexual assault from a PP doll. Okay. Also, a cockroach milk as a protein drink. Self-proclaimed donkey whisperer. Man, we didn't have enough with the horse whisperer?
No.
Okay.
That's weird news for you.
Okay. I'm just saying with Redwine, look before you leap. Living for the city, Papa got another surprise for us tonight. I'm going to do the Hollywood wrap-up. I got quite a bit. We got the Prince from Mary J. Blige, the Prince to Keisha Pullman Night. Also, the cocktail of the week is called Calm Waters, our kisser list, and also the last word. So sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, because that's what we sipping on tonight.
Hey, cheers.
All right.
Happy birthday, Ketel!
Hello. And we'll be right back. Hot topic.
Do you have unruly children? Do they misbehave in school and get bad grades? Are timeouts completely ineffective? Are you scared to spank them because they might have you arrested? What they need is a new school where discipline is number one and education is secondary. What they need is
Whoop That Ass Academy.
Here at the
Whoop That Ass Academy.
we don't have discipline problems. Know why? We're privately owned and we do what we want. And when kids get out of hand,
We whoop that ass.
timeout is for football games. When kids want to show off, we don't give them a timeout. We just
Whoop that ass.
We don't make a kid stand in the corner. That's my house plan. When one of our kids gets out of order, we snatch him out of that classroom and
Whoop that ass.
Here at WTA Academy, we make sure they learn the basics of reading and writing, math, and science. But above all else, they learn discipline. This is what will keep your kids out of jail. Make the world a better place. Sometimes you gotta whoop
That ass.
and we do. Here at WTA Academy, our motto is, we care enough to whoop.
That ass.
They may not read and write too well, but they'll act like they've got sense because we whoop.
That ass.
So bring your kids on down to
Whoop That Ass Academy.
We'll get them straight.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party Friday night adult late night affair. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Woo woo.
And we're celebrating Ketel's 29th birthday.
Hello. One more time.
29th birthday. She just reached puberty. She just got a menstrual about a week or two ago.
Oh, God. Excuse me?
That
That
cherry is cherry red.
Really, it's all gone.
Busted
See?
and
Let it all be told. It's all gone, see? You know what? Papa, speaking of hot topics, let us move on to the first hot topic of the night. What we got going on? What you got going on,
Get
Papa?
him out of
I
trouble.
got that, okay. All right. Well, let's talk about Freddie Gray, which I'm really very disgusted about this particular case because, you can't line up. I'm going to preempt this just for a minute. You can't line up a bunch of people to be prosecuted as much as you put young black men in jail by the dozens, by the hundreds, by the thousands for next to nothing for a bunch of crap. I need to really save this one of my personal segments, but I just wanted to preempt it for a minute. How that city was so corrupted with the police unions and all that jazz, and everybody got off. So I don't know. I'm sure the young lady, that the young prosecutor, I'm sure they're trying to, what's her name, Marilyn Mosley. They're trying to embarrass her completely. They're trying to embarrass the mayor. They're trying to do everything. But anyway, let's get into the story here. The topic is, like we said, Freddie Gray's case. Charges against 3 remaining officers were dropped. Okay, prosecutors dropped all remaining charges against 3 Baltimore police officers accused in the arrest of the death of Freddie Gray in a downtown courtroom on Wednesday morning. Okay, concluding one of the most high profile, my fanny. If it was high profile, it would have got more attention. Anyway, criminal cases in Baltimore history. Okay, the sterling move was a apparent acknowledgement of the unlikelihood of a conviction following the acquittals of 3 other officers on similar and more serious charges by Circuit Judge Barry G. Williams, who was expected to preside over the remaining trials as well. And they had different situations on trials where some people went with a trial, some people went with a regular standing judge, and you usually do that based on what you think your chances are, whether you want a jury or what have you. And I think some of the more Caucasian people went with the judge. But anyway, that's a whole other story. Mm-hmm. But anyway, Officer William Porter's trial ended with a hung jury and a mistrial in December before Williams' acquittal. Officer Edwin Nero and Caesar Goodman and Lieutenant Brian Rice had their bench trial, and everybody was acquitted. Everybody was acquitted, in other words. So and then they go on to talk about the different situations how it was balanced out with the destroying of the CBS being a multi-million-dollar company, and losing a company in Baltimore really won't put a dent in their damn money, so don't go there, and things of this nature. So, but anyway, we just me personally, I like to say to Marilyn Mosley, the young state attorney, to hang in there, sister. Keep your head up, and don't stop doing what you're doing. That was a bold move to try to get it. But me personally, I think the only people who really should have been trialed in that particular situation was the 2 cops or 3 cops that apprehended him from the very beginning, because when they went to walk that man to the truck, he was not standing up straight. And this was a young man. He was 25 years old, and he was crippled going to the truck itself. So therefore, when his spine was probably severed or bruised through the way they probably apprehended him, he never recovered. So it's really not about the truck. It's about who put their knee in his back when he was first apprehended. That's just my personal opinion. Anyway, if you got any opinions on that, you can give us a call at 914-803-4306. And if you're already online, press 1. You'll be put in the queue. Mm-hmm. If you want to call and just say happy birthday to Ketel.
Hello.
Yeah, or tell Redwine how much you don't like her. Oh, how you doing, Redwine?
Mm-mm.
Or if you want to call me and say, what's up, Poppa DD, my main man.
So what do you think about this Freddie Gray thing, this update on these
I think part of the problem was that she went for the charges that were too extreme, even though somebody should have been responsible for that young man's death.
Right.
I think that just because of the fact that she went for such an extreme, what did she go for? It wasn't murder 1. It was
murder 2 or something.
Whatever it was that she went for.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was probably too high. Maybe they should have gone for something else like manslaughter or something else
But
that they
a lot-
might have been able to make it
But a lot
stick.
of times they end up plea bargaining. So I'm surprised that they didn't plea bargain.
But they dropped the charges against the other three. The first three, well, one of them was a hung jury. The other two were acquitted, and then they dropped the charges on the last three. I guess they said, no, we're not even going to go through all this. Forget it. We're done.
But wasn't all of this a jury trial? It wasn't just just
No,
the
some of them
judge.
had individual judges and some had juries.
Well, the one with the hung jury was a jury,
Yeah, but
and then the other two were acquitted.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Wow.
But I'm just thinking that maybe if she had gone for a lesser charge, that might have helped the case. I mean, who knows now?
I'm surprised that Baltimore Beatmore is not in uproar out of all this what's going on. But
I think they wore themselves out the first time, and they realized that all of that solves nothing.
That's true.
You know, it doesn't do any good to tear up your neighborhood.
That's true.
So they're just going to have to find another way to express their dismay and disgust over this. But like she said, clearly Freddie Gray did not kill himself.
I agree.
Somebody should have been held accountable for his death.
Right. So it's almost like police officers, they can do what they want to do and then not be held accountable.
Well, it seems to me that's the message that these kind of cases send. You know, the police should be held accountable for if you do something wrong, just like someone who is not an officer. If you do something wrong, you break the law, you should pay the price for whatever it is that you do.
Yeah, and that's
and
what
I don't
happened.
see why the police are held at a different standard than everybody else is.
Really? You don't know why? Because they wear a badge. That's why.
Well, that's not enough.
You didn't get the memo?
No, or maybe I need a badge.
Well, we're going to move on to our next topic. Who's got the next story there? Judge jails lawyer for wearing a
this
Black
situation
Lives
happened up in Youngstown, Ohio. You got activists up in Youngstown that are planning a protest to support an attorney who ended up being jailed last week for wearing a Black Lives Matter pin during a court appearance. Now, the attorney's name is Andrea Burton. She was defending her client in court on Friday when this judge, Robert Millich of Youngstown Municipal Court, noticed her nickel-sized pin. Now, this thing was the size of a nickel, and it said Black Lives Matter. He asked her to remove it, and she refused. He then directed the bailiffs to take her into custody for contempt.
Really?
Forcing her to leave her client behind. Now, she was in the middle of a trial defending a client. The judge didn't like the pen and said, take it off. She said no. He said, bailiff, take her out of here.
He must have been of the Caucasian persuasion.
Yes, it certainly was. Imagine that. So activists are stepping in to defend Burton, and they're saying that it seemed unfair and unjust to treat this black woman that way who was just expressing her support for a nationwide anti-racism movement. So she was released after her lawyer filed an appeal, but she still faces spending 5 days behind bars if the appeal is denied. So you've got all these people, you know, like I said, getting together to protest on her behalf. But what was crazy is that the attorney, the judge appointed another lawyer to finish out the case, but then that had a negative impact on the defendant. So the person was, you know, in a situation where you get thrown into a case, you don't know the case, you don't know the defendant, you don't have any relationship with this defendant.
Right.
Everything was like, you know, thrown in there cold. So the defendant didn't want whoever the judge appointed. You know, you don't want that. He had already selected a lawyer to defend him. So they're calling for the NAACP for legal assistance and things to try to, you know, defend her. But, you know, they're saying that there's some kind of issue about some precedent that the judge cited saying that, you know, you can't wear anything that has a political statement. But her point was it's not a political statement. It's an anti-racism statement.
Right.
And if you want to call that political, then that's your choice. But it turns out that this is not the first time that this judge has made a controversial decision. Now, back in June of this year, he announced that he was going to put all marriages on hold after the Ohio Supreme Court legalized same-sex marriage.
Really?
Because he wasn't feeling it. So he decided, well, then I'm putting all marriages on hold. So he just said, it says if judges have a duty in Ohio to perform marriages as defined, then there's no question, but that hasn't been clarified whether judges have a duty or the option. That's what he said.
Right.
So we'll see what happens.
You know what? My thing is, paint the picture on the other side. I'm going to give everybody a scenario. What if it was a black judge and it was a white lawyer and he had white lives matter? Would the black judge say anything? What do you think, Papa?
You're exactly right. It don't really have to go, it doesn't have to go to a derogatory thing. You have to understand that people of another demographic, I say that to keep from saying white folks, people of another demographic, they have their own codes. They can wear a badge that says Jerry Seinfeld. You remember when Jerry Seinfeld's sitcom was out? And they would all come to work and read. Everybody knew every episode of Jerry Seinfeld.
Right.
And I felt as a black person, I was out of the loop.
Same
and they say it today. You remember that Seinfeld episode where they moved those levels up?
I guess the same
and they all I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. You as a black person sit back in the cafeteria saying, I don't even watch that damn shit.
I guess the same thing with the
so the code is in Friends, exactly. The code is in effect.
Well, I confess, I watched both of those.
We can know it, Redwine.
Oh,
we know.
Boy.
We know.
Redwine, really? Come on.
Yeah,
Can
Redwine.
you stay on one side, please?
I'm just being honest.
Why you have to go back and forth?
That's why we are so. Somebody gonna always.
You can't stay on one side, Redwine. I was keeping up with what was going on.
You keeping up with the Joneses?
Yeah.
I was spying.
Anyway.
We see how you roll.
Yeah.
We see how you roll, Redwine.
I was doing research.
And Redwine says,
research.
Oh boy!
I guess.
Okay, research. Okay, we're gonna let that go.
Okay.
I'm gonna get in the next subject. If you guys got any questions or comments we're talking about, or you want to wish me a happy birthday,
happy birthday.
Press one, and
you gotta give them the number, Papa.
914-803-4306.
Yeah. And press one.
Press one. If you're already on the line, just press one, and you'll show up on our queue.
Yeah.
And we'll let you in, and be nice. Because we'll beat you down. You
Listen
come
to
over here
who's talking. Be nice. Okay. Let me move on.
All right. What's the next hot topic?
Police officer in Sandra Bland case describes alleged cover-up.
Really? The truth is out.
Yeah. The truth will set you free.
Every time.
A Texas police officer on Tuesday accused law enforcement officials of covering up what he saw during Sandra Bland's controversial arrest last summer.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Prairie View police officer Michael Kelly told the Huntington Post that portions of his original incident report, which reflected poorly on the state trooper who arrested Bland, were removed. He also alleged that he was threatened by a Waller County prosecutor for speaking out about what he'd witnessed on July 2015. The Waller County district attorney denied the claim, while the Prairie View Police Department did not respond to a request for comment. Really?
Wow.
Bland, who was accused of assaulting trooper Brian Encinia, died in a Waller County jail 3 days after her arrest from an alleged suicide. The 28-year-old's death sparked a national outcry, as activists said she never should have been arrested, and her family argued that she wouldn't have taken her own life.
Not at all.
So by the time Kelly arrived on the scene of what began as a trooper stop, he said that Bland was already handcuffed in the back of a squad car. He said he overheard Encinia, which was the police officer, who had turned off his own body camera, admitting that he didn't know what to charge Bland with, but said he'd come up with something.
That's a mess.
That's one key part of Kelly's incident report that he claims had been removed. He said, my opinion is that he messed up. See, when he did that traffic stop, he totally messed up. So he should have been like, okay, well, I'll let you go, but I'll give you a warning. It wouldn't have gotten out of hand, and the woman would have been still alive. That's the thing. So, this report, I don't know if they're going to just, push it all out completely, or they're going to listen to this guy. It goes on to say Encinia was still indicted for perjury for alleged false statements about the arrest. The trooper also was fired. Thank you.
Finally.
Yep. Chip Lewis, which is Encinia's lawyer, questioned why Kelly's claims were only coming out now. He argued that Kelly's charge was undetermined by another Prairie View officer who didn't report hearing the trooper wonder how to charge Bland. Come on now. He heard something. This other guy, he heard something.
But that is interesting as to why it's just now coming out. Now, it sounds like if he told somebody, gave them this information, and they suppressed it,
right?
Somebody probably just released the information or leaked the information, and that would explain, that's one way to explain why it's just coming out.
Right. I think that's what you said. They suppressed it, and they didn't want it to get out, and all of a sudden everybody is talking. So, this woman should have never died.
No.
But we're going to get into the DNC, the Democratic National Convention, because Sandra Bland's mother, she was the first speaker that night, talking about the incident and the case and everything, and how they pulled together and stuff. But this woman, she should have never died.
No.
She should have never died.
But she's not the only one who should not be dead from a traffic stop.
That's a true thing. You quiet over there, Papa? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right. We're going to keep it moving. So
let's talk about the Democratic National Convention.
Wow. There was a lot going on.
It was interesting.
Yeah, it was.
It was interesting.
It was on point.
I will say that it was very well produced.
It was.
It seemed like everything went pretty smooth, as opposed to what we saw on the Republican convention.
Why we have to even talk about that?
Well, I'm just comparing the two, as far as the production values and stuff of what we saw. Although, it's funny because when I was watching it, I started switching and watching it on C-SPAN because then you get to see all the speakers and everything going on.
I like C-SPAN.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody else watched it on C-SPAN, but when you watch it on the other networks, like, I don't want to call them out and advertise for them, but all the talking heads, boo, 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 boo. It's like things are going on, and if you're watching the talking heads, like, for example, they made me mad because I was watching them, and Lenny Kravitz came on.
Oh, wow.
And I could see something in the background. I heard music, and I said, wait a minute, that's not, they're playing music. Somebody is performing.
Right.
So I said, let me flip back to C-SPAN. And there's Lenny Kravitz up on the stage.
Wow.
I flipped back to see what the Bubba was doing, and they were running commercials. I said, that is so disrespectful. I understand y'all got to pay your bills, etc., but y'all could have showed some of that while y'all were running your mouth before you had to go to the commercial break.
Wait.
They showed none of his performance.
You just have to flip to another station, that's all. That's why we got 99 billion stations.
Well,
you can flip to different stations.
I'm just saying it's interesting how they completely did not show his performance, but they sure showed Katy Perry's performance.
Okay, so what was your highlights on the DNC?
Oh, gosh. It was a lot of good stuff.
Well, just pick one. Can you pick one? You speechless?
I like Chelsea's introduction of Hillary Clinton. Short, sweet, effective. I think she did a really good job.
Okay.
That was one.
Okay. What was yours, Papa?
Mine was the Muslim gentleman that spoke about his son being killed over in Iraq.
Okay.
And he pulled out the Declaration of Independence, and he told Donald Trump he'd give him a copy of it if he wanted.
All right,
I think that was a very powerful speech. Very powerful.
Okay.
Yeah, what was yours?
I think when Hillary Clinton was speaking, she was very effective. She hit all the right buttons, and she talked about a lot of things. About the future of the kids, and also Bill Clinton, because he talked about a lot of things that Hillary Clinton did, and I'm like, wow, for her to do a whole sheet of things, and the other party, I'm not even going to say his name, didn't do jiggity jack, but she had a whole list of things that she has done already.
Yeah, that was enlightening. I had no idea that she had been working like that for so long.
I know, and I mean, God works in mysterious ways. He put people where they should be and the things that they should be doing to get them ready for the next step. And this is her next step,
right?
And
I did like that special effect of the glass ceiling breaking.
Oh, okay. I missed
that. Was pretty cool.
Okay.
When they were talking about how women always trying to break the glass ceiling, and then they had the video image of Hillary Clinton.
Oh, wow.
And then it was like the big when the glass breaking on the screen.
Okay.
That was interesting. Did you know that Shonda Rhimes produced that video?
I heard, yeah. That was right on point.
Yeah, the summary video about Hillary's history and all.
I said, all right, Miss Shonda, they pulling out all the stops. I mean, from the movie stars to producers.
Yeah, the star quality was off the chain.
It sure was. I was like, y'all better work.
Sarah Silverman was interesting.
She
and, what's the other one from Girls? What's her name? I can't think of her name. The other actress from the that cable show called Girls. Anyway, when they came out, and Sarah Silverman basically said to all the Bernie supporters, "You're being ridiculous," you know,
because they were because it was making too much noise.
No, because they were still like holding on, and some of them were still outside protesting and all this kind of stuff. And she was basically saying, "Look, Bernie has already conceded. He has asked everybody to support Hillary, get behind the candidate. So it's about time to like suck it up and move on."
Right.
And they're still tweeting stuff about, we want this and feel the burn and all this other stuff. It's time to let it go.
All right.
Move on.
But
work together.
Like you said, the package overall was a great package. It was they put out all the stops, put out all the entertainers and everything, but if you guys got any questions or comments about the DNC or any topics we're talking about, hit us up tonight. 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Press 1. So we're going to keep it moving. We're going to take a little CC break. And we're going to be right back with the Hidden Quitty.
It's another Friday night at the Pajama Party Show. And we're here with our PJs on because we don't allow clothes in here. If you enjoyed the Pajama Party Show, why not invite a friend or tell a neighbor to tune in right now? Go ahead and text them. I'll wait. Tell them to call us right now at 914-803-4306. And if they want to join in on the conversation, tell them to press 1 so that we'll know they have something to say. We'd love to meet your neighbors, friends, and relatives, so send them a text, email them, or call them up and tell them to join us for the Pajama Party live on Blog Talk Radio. The more the merrier, or is it Misery Loves Company, or whichever. Tell them to call us up on 914-803-4306 if they just want to listen, or press 1 if you want to join the conversation. Now let's get back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party Show while I try to find out who hid the belt from my robe. I tell you the truth. Y'all know you're so wrong for that.
Looking for a new cocktail to serve at your next dinner party? Trying to figure out what pairs well with your main entree? Then you need to visit the Cocktail of the Week archive at apajamaparty.com. We've got a list of all the cocktails we've featured on previous Pajama Party shows with recipes and pictures of the drinks. And believe me, we've had some good ones. And while you're on the website, visit the archives for previous shows. Just click on any date, and you can hear the shows again and again. We've got you covered at apajamaparty.com. And tell a friend. They'll thank you.
We're back.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Sunspot.
And this is the Friday night edition of the Pajama Party.
We got a Bill Cosby impression. We got a live audience tonight.
We have a live audience tonight because we're here celebrating Ketel's birthday.
Hello.
And we got everything from super nuts. We got brown liquor. We got white liquor. We got food. We got everything that a good Negro party could have.
Oh, boy.
Did I mention I'm here with Ketel and Redwine?
Hello.
Yes, I did. Okay.
All right. Look, somebody from the audience, live audience, has something to talk about. Come on, Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil's in the audience.
Dr. Phil.
Yay, Dr. Phil.
She's our
she's our correspondent here, Dr.
correspondent.
Phil.
Step up to the mic.
We talked about the DNC. She wanted to ask the question. Come on, Dr. Phil.
Come on, Dr. Phil. You all right?
You wanted to ask about the.
She's our.
She had a comment.
Yeah, you had a comment about the DNC.
She's not a specialist. She's a sexualist.
Uh-oh.
Oh, how you doing, Dr.
Hello, people. How you doing tonight?
Oh, sucky
Excellent. Excellent.
I would just like to say about the election, why are people paying them any attention?
Paying who attention? Donald Trump?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I've been sleeping
all the time.
But doesn't mean you gotta pay attention.
Apparently they like what he's saying. He's talking their language. Apparently, that's how I see it.
Well, who do you think is behind him?
Oh, they talk about the Russians. It could be the Russians. It could be the billionaires. It could be. We don't know. I don't know. He's just a nut by his damn self.
Do you think it's correlated with the racism that's going on today, with him being able to speak and say whatever he like and no one is really paying attention to it?
Mm-hmm.
I do. Because one thing I've noticed is ever since he's been running his mouth the way he has, all those closet racists have been feeling a lot more free.
Yeah, they've been free
to act up,
froggy.
speak up, and just cut up all over the country.
Okay. I just wanted to make that little notation there.
Okay.
That we should pay attention to that.
I agree.
And not be sleeping and just thinking that we shouldn't do anything about it.
But then I think also, too, that he should be held accountable because in my lifetime, I've never seen anybody disrespect the President of the United States of America to the degree that he has disrespected him.
Not just him, a lot of constituents as well.
Oh, sure, but I'm saying he is the catalyst. He's starting everything. I've never seen that in my lifetime. I just never seen it. And people should be held accountable for doing those things. It should be really, I thought it was a law in place, but I guess not. I don't know.
No.
I guess not.
Yeah.
But that's a good point, Dr. Phil.
Well, I was just saying we need to pay attention and not be sleeping.
I know that's right. Y'all hear that?
We need to get to the votes and vote.
All right now, wake up everybody. We need to play that one.
And we need to make sure a month before the election that the machines are working.
All right now, you better
so
say something.
Those billionaires got the opportunity to break something down. Okay?
Oh, sure.
They could pay people to go in there and pour some.
I agree.
Some water in the back of the machine. I mean, please, people can be brought very easy.
Okay. All right.
And not for a lot of money.
That's a good point, Dr. Phil.
Okay, I'm done.
Well,
amen.
All right.
All right. Amen.
Amen. Well, we're going to get in our hit it and quit it headlines here.
Right.
What you got, Papa?
First headline I have is the Dutchmen and the Latvian women are the planet's tallest people.
Really?
But Iranian men and South Korean women have grown the fastest in the last century, according to the latest women. What are Koreans are tall?
Really?
Okay.
Oh, they're getting taller?
Yeah. Anyway, according to recent studies, whatever. Okay. Americans, once amongst the world's tallest people, have dropped from having men and women at third and fourth in the global height ranking 100 years earlier to place them 37th and 42nd on the prospective list. So long story short, that I don't know what they're eating over there, but it's generic. I don't know if they're smoking over there or drinking over there. Dutch people, I don't know. I don't know what their diet is exactly, but apparently it isn't anything that stunts your growth. So
they're considered the quote unquote tallest people.
Really?
Yeah.
Dutch.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know one line in Dutch.
Oh.
Ik had niet verwacht dat ik dik zou doen.
Dicks are doing what? Wait a minute. Dicks are doing what?
Ik had niet verwacht dat ik dik zou doen.
Wait
It means I can't believe I'm doing this.
Okay. It sounded like you said Dicks are doomed, and I was ducking at the time.
No. See, that there would be more parts you focused on.
No, I just heard what I heard. Anyway.
Okay. Anyway, in other news, Apple is getting into TV streaming, and on this past Tuesday, the tech giant announced a surprise purchase of the unscripted TV show Carpool Karaoke. How they pulled that one off, I don't know.
Really?
But Apple has purchased Carpool Karaoke. They sure did. Now, this is a series from the segment from CBS, The Late Late Show with James Corden. It will appear first on Apple Music, on its streaming service.
Really?
They said, we love music, and Carpool Karaoke celebrates in fun, and it's a unique way that's a hit with audiences of all age. That's Eddie Q, Apple's Senior Vice President of Internet Software and Services. The announcement came about an hour before Apple released their better-than-expected but still disappointing third-quarter earnings. Now, check this out. They said this was a disappointing third-quarter earning. They posted quarterly revenue of $42.4 billion.
Really?
And they were disappointed on that.
B as in boy?
B as in booyah.
In profit?
Well, that was the revenue. Profits were $7.8 billion.
Damn.
Okay, $7.8 billion.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many zeros that is.
But they said that was down from $49.6 billion in revenue and profits of $10.7.
So you know what profits?
So they're down by about $3 billion in profits during the same period last year.
Well, look, I wasn't great in math, but I know billion means a whole lot of damn zeros.
That's a lot. They said that the slowing sales of the iPhone is largely to blame.
Really?
So I guess people aren't buying as many iPhones, or maybe they're keeping them longer. I don't know. I don't know.
You know what, though? Like I was saying earlier, when we listen with the third ear and see with the third eye, here's another situation. So you have to get deep with this. When you see a situation where they're levying this guy, the karaoke guy, now, first of all, is he getting any money out of that?
I don't know.
Because he's good.
James Corden?
James Corden is the gentleman that follows Cobain. Is that his name? What's the one?
Colbert.
Stephen
Colbert.
He follows him, and he has a better show. Okay? Which go to show that Stephen Colbert was up with the upper echelon. See, one thing we have to understand, I don't think that most black folks will never get a grip on this here. All right, let me say this here. Like my father said, let me take this live if I forget it.
Okay.
You know, most people of a Caucasian nature will look at themselves as being in a particular class, and they sometimes stay in their class. This is why Trump having all the money he does, everybody sits back because he's considered to be in the highest class. This is why Chris Christie was kissing his ass, because he was throwing his money around. And you take people in your house, they look around like, wow, 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 and now they're kissing your ass because they see that you got all this stuff that they can never even touch. You know, but getting back on topic, you know, they picked this guy here, Colbert, because he was next in line based on him being on a higher echelon than the younger guy that's following him on the Late Late Show. But now Apple's giving something to this guy. What's his name? The second guy?
James Corden.
Corden, right. But why didn't they ever give anything to Wayne Brady, who was the most animated, sophisticated brother I've ever seen when it comes to... That brother could turn a song out of anything. Okay? And for all the people who don't know who James, what's his name?
Wayne Brady.
Wayne Brady is actually a reincarnation of Flip Wilson. When Flip Wilson died, you know, his reincarnated spirit came back as Wayne Brady. Okay? Because, I mean, that's just my opinion. Can you go along with that? You know Flip Wilson? Geraldine? The devil made me do it. Anyway.
Okay.
When he passed away, his next protege was Wayne Brady. If you think about Wayne Brady for a minute and think about Flip Wilson,
he's not getting
spirit is walking.
I believe, but let's get back on the subject, Papa.
No, but that all ties in together.
Oh, okay.
It all ties in. We can't fall off of that.
Right.
See, when we say that, we're acting like we ain't paying attention or we're going to another subject when it all ties in together.
Right.
It all ties in together. Anyway.
Okay.
Well, that's all on that.
All right, I'm going to keep it moving.
Okay.
San Diego police shooting. Here we go again. One officer killed, one rushed to surgery. This is something that happened about a day ago.
So sad.
Police officer was fatally shot and another seriously injured during the traffic stop. Another traffic stop in San Diego, late Thursday. Authorities said earlier Friday that one person was in custody but told residents to stay indoors while they searched the area for other potential suspects. They had the SWAT teams, SWAT vehicles, helicopters, and patrol cars were involved in the extensive operation. The shooting happened at around 11 p.m. San Diego police officer Chief Shelley Zimmerman told reporters early Friday. Other officers were in the area. They arrived shortly on the scene and found both of our officers suffering from gunshot wounds. One of the officers died at the hospital after suffering multiple gunshot wounds to his upper torso. I believe he got shot several times. The other cop was also shot in the upper torso and rushed to surgery. I mean, what's up with that?
I don't know. This stuff has got to stop.
Yeah, the suspect, described as Hispanic male, was caught near the scene of the shooting and was taken to the hospital for a gunshot wound. Zimmerman said the investigation into the shooting was ongoing and the department was heartbroken and would be mourning the officer who died. I'm like, here we go again, another one.
It's out of control.
It is. I mean, when is it going to stop? But they didn't say why the guy, was shooting. That wasn't clear. So I'm not sure why the guy was shooting at all.
Is it ever clear?
That's true. That's a good point. Is it ever clear? I don't think so. I think people just got outraged. But my thing is, why don't you point the gun at yourself? Why not? Why are you pointing at everybody else? It's just so unfair.
Too much violence.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
What happened to make love, not war?
I guess we're not there yet. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that went out in the, what was that, the 60s?
60s, yeah.
Oh, that went out with the hippies, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I guess we got to bring that era back, but okay.
All right. Moving on.
Mhm.
Yeah, moving on here. This story is completely disgusting. Judge rules to free Reagan shooter John Hinckley Jr. There's people out there that did crimes years ago. I know a few people in jail still that did crimes years ago as far as killing people, and they're rotting in jail. Mm-hmm. When they use that term, no chance of parole or anything of that nature, that's the bottom line. Mm-hmm. But this gentleman here, his defense was insanity, so to speak, and blame it on the movie Taxi and Jodie Foster and things of this nature. And then they allowed him visits to his mom's house, over in not far from where he was incarcerated in the medical situation. But now he's a free man. Now, and everybody, and like I said, when the hidden stories, or in everything, the hidden story with the Reagan thing, it wasn't even about Reagan getting shot. I don't even think Reagan got shot, to be honest with you, because when the guns went off, he was pushed in a limousine right away. Mm-hmm. The gentleman Brady is the one that got shot.
Took the brunt.
This man took the brunt of it. He was paralyzed the rest of his life. He was wheelchair stricken and everything else. And nobody speaks on him at all. Reagan, I'm looking at the story right now. Judge ruled to free Reagan shooter. But what about,
what about Brady?
What about the Brady shooter? He shot Brady somewhere where his whole mouth situation was flipped and turned to the side, and he was in a wheelchair and they had to go surgery by cutting half of his head open to get the bullet out of his brain. Please, are you kidding me?
So why is it that after this amount of time that the judge felt like, well, he's no longer a risk to himself and a danger to society, so we think he should be free?
Well, see, the one thing he did.
What is that about?
The one thing he did is that he made sure, his lawyers made sure that they cleared his case while the same people that was on his case was in place. Because when you bring new people in, right, when you bring new people in, it's going to be new laws, new situations, younger people. Oh, I ain't going for that. No, they made the same old judge, the same old whatever is about to retire. Look, this judge's about to retire, so we need to get out of that. Whatever lawyer represented you, you need to get it while that generation is still in existence. Mm-hmm. And, when he started visiting his mom like he was, you knew that the leniency was going,
I
because
thought that was kind of
because there's so many other horrendous crimes today that his case started to take a back seat. It was.
So I guess because he didn't actually kill anybody, they gave him all this leniency.
It's just that other things went on that made people forget about him in society.
Well, too, I think money is involved. They said the family had a little bit of money, and then too, I think because Ronald Reagan and Nancy Reagan. And I think the other gentleman that got shot, he's deceased also.
rating.
Yeah, well, anybody can go up to the judge and ask them can they do that, and they went up and asked, and he did it. So.
But I'm just wondering, do you think it's because he didn't actually kill anybody?
They could have paid
Even
that
though
judge.
he attempted to assassinate the current president at that time.
No, I don't.
I would think that should have been something that you should be put away forever.
Yeah.
It's just like she said. Somebody got paid off. Somebody got,
Yeah.
And then when he talks to his mother, I'm sure he talks in real tongue. He may have had to act like he was a fool when he was back at the hospital, when he was at the mental institution. But when he got to his mama's house, he was the same old kid that she raised ever since he was knee-high to a grasshopper. So anyway.
Well, speaking of insanity,
oh Lord,
over the weekend, a video went viral of a white Donald Trump supporter and a black woman yelling at each other on the subway.
Really?
So one of the things that this guy yelled out, and this was in New York on the subway, one of the things the guy yelled out to this woman who he did not know, got up in her face, and he said, "Put them back in the effing fields where they belong." Now, this is all over. He wanted to sit down. She got the last seat on the subway. He didn't want to stand up. So he starts yelling obscenities at her, and then she starts giving them right back to him. So they're exchanging, I don't want to say dialogue, but they're yelling back and forth, and somebody recorded the whole thing, and then, of course, the video went viral. But this guy, like I said, they were on the L train in Brooklyn. And in the video, you can hear them going back and forth. And then he starts calling her this, I don't even want to say it, calling her the C word, a negative term for a woman's anatomy. He starts calling her that, and he's all up in her face.
Really?
And then she's telling somebody else, you need to get your friend, and she's calling him this and that and a little B, and she's telling him he's going to get arrested. And it continued. And what was interesting to me is when I saw this video, all these other people were sitting there looking at their newspapers, looking down, looking straight ahead, like it wasn't even going on. Nobody wanted to be involved. So this guy was looking like the good humor man, like a cross between a good humor man and Colonel Sanders in this white suit, white hat. He was like literally in her face, pointing his finger, yelling, screaming, and cursing at her. She stood up, and she started yelling and cursing back at him, unfortunately, so it just kept going back and forth. And then he starts saying, you worthless, stupid, effing C word. Then he says, Donald Trump, 2016. It was like, wait a minute.
Well, you know what was up with him then.
Well, it's bad enough you're going to be disrespectful and rude, but then you throw that you're a Donald Trump supporter in the mix. So, it goes back and forth, and then finally another woman got up and said to him, another white lady said, that's enough, and she put her hand gently on his shoulder, and the train got to the next station, the doors opened, and this lady and this guy got off the train.
Wow.
Now, it didn't appear that they were together, but it's hard to tell from the video.
Right.
But it was crazy. And I think it was, aside from how crazy the dialogue was, when he yelled out the whole Donald Trump 2016, and the way that nobody responded, nobody did anything except for that one lady.
All right, well let's look at the backstory of this situation. Okay, I worked 20 years in New York. Okay, now what train was that?
The L train.
L train. Okay, off the beaten path train. A parallel train, not a direct train. The A train, the E train, is a direct train that carries niggers, Puerto Ricans, and everything else. When you're on the L train, you're riding through a white neighborhood where he know what's above him on that tracks. And you said a white lady sitting down there, of course, they're on the L train. L train probably has maybe 2 or 3 cars on it, and it's a little shuttle-type train that rides through the sophisticated suburban neighborhoods. So he knew what train he was on when he was talking smack. He was on a train riding through his neighborhood. He wasn't on the A train because he wouldn't get
you're more or less saying that the woman shouldn't have been in his seat per se.
No. He was on a train that was riding below his neighborhood, so he could talk that crap.
Oh, okay.
If he was on the A train that was going from Manhattan to the Bronx, through Brooklyn and everything else, he sits there scared as hell because the adversaries are deeper than him. So the backstory always lives. It always lives. He wasn't crazy. He's talking to a black woman that was on a train that was like if a person gets on I don't want to mention it, but one of those trains out there to ride, they got mostly the other persuasion on it. Okay, we all know what it is. You look and say, wow, look at all these people on here. You ain't going to make no records on that train, but you get on a local train and talk all kind of smack because you can get away with it. But you won't get on the train that you pay the most money to ride on because surveillance is a little different. But this man was on a train that wasn't nowhere near any black neighborhoods. He's riding below the suburbs, talking smack, and when he got off, he probably got off that train. This house was 2 blocks away from where he got off. So by the time the police and anybody came, he was in his crib. He thought I was playing. He don't want to get locked. He thought I was playing before he even did it. People aren't crazy. They talk smack when they're in the area they're protecting in. So don't think L train. Now you say he was on the A train. I would say
that's a
bullshit. A whole different story. But anyway, we're gonna go right into what's popping, okay? And yeah, I'm gonna get fired up here for a minute.
Come on now.
I'm gonna get fired up here for a minute because I just like I said, I think that we all should start listening with the third ear and see with the third eye. We gotta stop listening to stories and taking the part that CNN wants us to hear and peep out what we trying to understand. That situation in Baltimore where all those people was acquitted, are you kidding me? What was that, acquitted R us? What the hell is that about? How does people of that number get acquitted all at the same time? That's almost impossible. When Negroes is getting locked up and thrown in jail every day, and people throwing the key away. I don't get it. But when you, like I said, the backstory of that is the local benevolence association, the police union. It could be an election year for the judge, and everything else. Everybody wants to be on the right side of right. For example, Justin Timberlake. When do you see Justin Timberlake? When he got a song out that says a couple booty words in the lines. He's out there. After that, he's back at home with his white wife, where he's at right now. When was the time we talked when you seen Justin Timberlake? A few months ago? Because he's spending money off his last song that talked about get the booty, 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 hit the booty, 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 booty. And after that song did his thing, made his millions, he went back up into his suburbs. So we have to understand that people use us when they use us, why they use us, and how they use us.
That's right.
And it's just that simple. So we have to understand that we have to stop being such gullible people to everything somebody's selling. Everybody's selling everything, and black folks are the first people to buy it. And that's a damn shame. Whether it tastes like crap or it tastes good, we the first one to sample it.
We put a good beat to it, we buy it.
Anyway, so like I said, it's called meat, fat, and slack, I call it. You know, everything has got to do with the meat of it, the fat of it, and the slack of it. The same way that Trump is doing. And this whole thing with Trump, the one thing we got to watch out for now is rigged voting machines. Please, if you on the line, if you work in the different poll booths, because I know a lot of you black folks, when them election days come up, you get that little money. What they pay y'all, about $162 a day? We got a live audience. Anybody in live audience know how much you get paid when you work the polling district? $100. A lot of street money out that day. $100. All right, well, a lot of street money. Street money is called money that the politician helpers and assistants and volunteers walk around just giving people money for doing stuff. They go to a crowd of people and say, look, put these signs in people's yards, little wire signs, stick them in the grass, and we'll give you some street money. So anyway, it's, you know, we just have to pay attention. You know, I don't want to, get off topic too tough. But the vote, if you, and I just want to put this out here and close my segment of Living for the City, what's popping. If you work in a polling booth in November, or you're working there now, or you're working there doing any kind of primary elections or what have you, please make sure you go in there and make sure those machines are working correctly. Because Trump got enough money to sabotage whatever he wants. And if you see yourself losing, he's going to rig a couple machines, so don't get it twisted. So I'll get the floor back to Ketel and Redwine and move on with my particular segment of what's popping.
All right. If you guys got any questions or comments what we're talking about, hit us up tonight. 914-803-4306
and press 1.
Press 1. Get in the queue. We're going to take a little CC break, and we're going to come back with the crazy, weird news.
Oh, yeah.
I know that's right. All right, we'll be right back.
Girl, what are you using on your skin? And your hair looks so thick and beautiful.
I've got a secret.
I know you're going to share it with your girl.
Well, just between you and me, I found a new product that makes my skin glow and my hair fabulous, too. It's bull semen.
No bull. Stop playing.
For real. Bull semen gives me this glow and keeps my skin nice and soft and feeling good.
Where in the world did you get bull semen?
From a bull, of course, but only my distributor knows for sure. I can hook you up. Check it out.
Bull semen is great for your hair, nails, skin, and everywhere else where it doesn't feel right. Just warm the tube of bull semen. Put on some Barry White music. Massage the tube using slow circular motions. And when the semen comes out of the tube, put some in your hair, on your nails, on your skin, and wherever you want. Before you know it, you'll be glowing. Your hair will be growing, and your friends will want to be knowing.
I'm ordering my tube of bull semen today.
Order 2. I'm almost out.
Bull semen. Do not use internally, or pregnancy could occur. And we're not responsible for that. Order yours today. And that's no bull.
You're listening to the Pajama Party Show on Blog Talk Radio, WPJP.
Call us on
914-803-4306.
And press 1 to be in the queue so we'll know you have something to say.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
And we have a live audience in the house tonight.
Woo!
Wait a minute, that sounds like a record. That sounds like some sound effects on the Three Stooges. Can we get that again? We have a live audience in the studio tonight. Yes.
They got fed today.
Yeah, they eating and drinking and everything else that you can do in D.C. And, you know.
Yeah, they're getting relaxed now.
Well, it's that time.
Time for the weird news.
Oh, boy. Okay.
What can I say?
I see I got the first one.
All right, go for it.
Woman claims sexual style assault by restaurant PP dog.
Yeah, you're going to have to explain that one.
Isabel Lancaster has a beef with a Japanese steakhouse in Tennessee, where a chef sprayed her in the face with a PP doll and what her husband called a sexual style assault. Really?
That's the little doll where the pants drop down and the little thing touches the pit?
Yeah, so.
Okay.
Lancaster says she and her family were dining in the Wasabi. A Japanese steakhouse in Murfreesboro on Monday when a chef produced a plastic doll resembling a little boy pulling down his pants. A thin stream of water spurted from a hole located in the doll's genital area and hit Lancaster in the face, she said. She wasn't happy.
He didn't like it, huh?
He pulled his little shorts down, and it had a Wagner, and he squirted me right in the face. Restaurant manager Johnny Hagen said the doll is a common part of the show patrons get at dinner. Chefs use it to control flames on the hibachi. Oh, the kids like it.
Oh, wait a minute. They use it to put the flames out on the hibachi grill?
Right. They think it's a water gun.
Oh.
Interesting.
So Lancaster's husband James called the spraying a sexual assault on his wife.
Really?
The couple called the police and filed a report. The episode happened in front of our minor children and grandchildren.
I agree.
Oh, my.
Isabel Lancaster added, it really didn't have a wiener, but you got the point. James Lancaster said the lack of genitalia isn't the issue. Just because somebody cut off a piece of plastic, okay, it's not there anymore, so don't change the fact that you're going to get peed on. Police hadn't filed any charges, and even if they did, it's unlikely that it would stick. So he says, as far as I can tell, There was a sexual assault made by the obnoxious yet marginally entertaining toy at the Hibachi restaurant.
Wait a minute. They said they call that a sexual assault?
Lord have mercy.
Oh, they said it was no sexual assault.
No, there was no sexual assault made. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So the restaurant wants to avoid pissing off other customers.
That's cute.
You got that? Pissing off other customers. It has introduced employees to ask before spraying people with the PP doll.
I can't believe these people felt like they were sexually assaulted by that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I agree with him myself.
What?
Really?
You think he got sexual assault?
Because if she don't swallow at the crib, there's no reason she can swallow at the restaurant. Okay? So, I'm just saying. Okay? And the husband was pissed off because he said, wait a minute, she swallowed that. And I'm at the crib trying to get her to just taste the shit.
Oh,
and y'all
boy.
took it to the restaurant and she swallowed it?
Can we fast
Anyway,
forward?
I agree 100%. I think he should sue the restaurant and she should keep a sample of the juice so she can prove it.
Maybe she need to buy her own pee-pee doll.
How often do they clean the inside urine tract of that doll?
I wouldn't know.
But ain't been in it.
But anyway, what other weird news?
But the tract that juice comes from could be have amoebas in it.
In other news,
Little amoebas could be swimming inside that tract, that little wee-wee on that.
Well, they went home with her, didn't they?
Anyway, I'm not saying nothing else. Y'all don't listen to me. What's our next story?
You have it.
Oh, okay.
What else is up in the weird
What did y'all give me? See, I don't get these stories. They get laid in front of me. Okay, cockroach milk. Wait a minute. Cockroach milk. This is a setup.
that one, Papa.
Go ahead, explain about it.
Cockroach milk is a protein drink you didn't know you were missing. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm going to pass on that.
Watch out now.
All right, a little cockroach milk with those cookies, as they say.
Thank you.
All right. They say it's chock full of protein. The instant milk may someday be transformed into a food supplement worthy of human consumption. This is what new research indicates. Scientists have found that the Pacific beetle cockroach, okay, he feeds his bug babies a formula, which is remarkably rich in protein, fat, and sugar. Okay? Don't expect to find it next to your regular milk or 2% milk. But they're saying that the cockroach milk that comes out of this particular cockroach is so rich in protein and white like semen that it one day will become, the intern gave me this. I don't even know. See, this is a setup. This is a setup, okay? Anyway, the gist of the story is the fact that the cockroach puts out a real milky substance that the baby cockroaches seem to love.
Really?
And scientists looking at this stuff under a microscope feel like they need to bottle it and make some type of protein drink out of it and put it in your smoothie or your...
Are you adding that, Papa?
You know what? I'm doing my story.
See what I'm saying?
Well, I don't want it. I don't want it.
You know what?
I don't want it.
See, when you crush... You ever stepped on a cockroach? You hear the noise and the juice and everything on a cockroach?
Ew. I'm trying to eat
Okay, one of your audience members is shaking their head. One of them is saying, I don't know about no damn cockroaches. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, when you step on a cockroach, there's a lot of stuff that comes out of it.
That's disgusting.
It's like a female crab, for example. You ever eat a female crab? When you crack open a female crab, there is stuff. Oh, my God.
Really?
Oh, Lord. She needs some Modest Maximum.
Can we go to the next story, Papa?
Anyway.
She needs some Modest Maximum. Anyway, let's go to the next story.
Yeah. In other weird news, a self-proclaimed donkey whisperer is encouraging people in London to use technology to help them understand donkeys' emotions and mannerisms.
Really?
I do not know why, but that's what he wants to do. This guy named Mark Innocent, who's the owner of a company called Real Donkeys in Dewsbury, West Yorkshire, has been studying donkeys for more than 20 years, and he says that they're very emotive creatures. Really? Entertainment group Merlin Events has teamed up with his company, Real Donkeys, to offer donkey rides with a difference in London's Jubilee Gardens. New technology allows children to hear the animal sounds translated into English and into full sentences. He said we get the nudges, the facial expressions, and adding all that, like dogs, donkeys, give a paw. He lifts his legs to show emotions that way. This guy has a 12-year-old donkey named Carl. That's one of the donkeys that he owns.
Okay.
He said that one of his donkeys has won an award called Best Beach Donkey.
Really?
I didn't know there were such contests. He says he works closely with them day in and day out, and they pick up on their mannerisms and emotions and what they think. So somehow this technology translates all of the sounds that they make when they go, ee-aw. They're turning that into English through this technology.
That was pretty good.
So that ee-aw may mean hello or get off my back or whatever it is that they're saying, according to him. Now, the funny thing to me is that who's to dispute that that's not what the donkey said?
Lord have mercy.
So, anyway, he says, I love my donkeys very much, and I would never swap them for the world. What can I say? It's weird news.
All right. You guys got any questions or comments what we're talking about? Hit us up tonight. 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Press 1.
Wow.
Call in, check in, wish me happy birthday, whatever.
So we had donkeys and pee-pee dolls and cockroach milk. That's some weird news.
We're going to take a break. We're going to keep
call in and wish Ketel happy birthday, will you? She's
29.
29 and holding.
Oh, you sure you're not 30 yet?
See what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
I think Redwine has a birthday coming up next month, right?
Yeah. That's the word on the street.
That's the word on the street.
All right.
Anyway.
We're going to take a little CC break.
Yeah, we're going to take a little break and we'll be right back.
Right.
Hey, this is Poppa DD. Join me on Friday nights live at the Pajama Party Adult Online Radio Talk Show. And don't miss my segments called Living for the City and What's Poppin'.
Hey, and join me. This is Redwine with the long stem, and I've got the hot topics in my commentary called I'm Just Saying. And don't forget the cocktail of the week for me, Ketel with the yellow top. I got the Hollywood wrap-up along with Weird News. And don't forget, we've got the Kisser list. That's for the people who get on our last nerves and you want us to call them out.
So join us on Blog Talk Radio for the Pajama Party.
Every Friday night at 9 p.m. on the East Coast and 6 p.m. on the West Coast. Go to apajamaparty.com to listen online or follow us on Twitter at apajamaparty. Call us live, 914-803-4306. And don't forget to press 1.
Now let's get back to the show.
Hey, what happened to the snack tray? Or the bartender?
Does he want to see my slippers?
I'll call the room service.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello. Happy birthday.
And also here with Redwine.
Bonsoir.
And tonight is Ketel's birthday.
Hey.
And she's happy and she's
free. We got a live audience tonight.
She says, I feel pretty. I feel pretty.
Oh, my.
I feel pretty and witty and gay.
Yeah, okay. We got a couple of callers tonight, Papa.
Well, let's go.
Yeah, we got a caller. Let's go to one of our callers.
Happy Friday, caller. You're live on the Pajama Party. Go right ahead.
Hi, crew. How y'all doing?
Hi, how are you? What's going on?
Hey, I just called to tell Ketel happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
And Papa said you free?
Yeah.
She's free. She drank some cockroach milk. She's good to go.
I'm going to hit her with the pee-pee doll.
Yeah, the pee-pee doll. She put some pee-pee doll juice in her mouth, and she shot some cockroach juice through a syringe in her arm. She's good to go.
Don't do it.
Yeah, it's all good. But we appreciate the call, caller.
All right.
This our number one fan calling in? You know it.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for calling in.
Shout out to number one.
Thank you, caller.
All right, then. Hang in there, caller. Appreciate you.
All right. We got one more caller?
All right. Let's go to this one.
We got another caller, Papa.
Caller, you're live on the Pajama Party Show. Go right ahead with your comment.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I would like to wish Ketel a happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
That's very nice of you.
How old are you, Ketel? How old are you? How old are you?
Man, I'm 29 and holding.
Girl, stop lying. You're lying. I know you're lying.
You sound like Marilyn Monroe.
I'm really 16.
16? Well, then I'm going to be Medea. You're damn lie. You know you're older than that.
Uh-oh.
Well,
then
thank you
if
for
you
calling,
want to lie,
caller.
shit, I want to lie. Happy birthday, damn it. Happy birthday.
Thank you, caller. Mm-hmm.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
You too.
All right.
How was your call?
Okay. Yeah, if you want to wish Ketel a happy birthday, you know, she's
She's sitting right here.
sitting right here.
29 and holding. 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Got to press 1 and get in the queue so we can hear you.
Is it me yet? Is
Yeah.
it me yet?
Hey, shoot, what's going on?
Yeah, coming up we have Redwine with her segment of the show called
I'm just
saying.
So,
come on.
Tonight, there's a couple things going on, but this is what I want to focus on. Tonight, I'm just saying, look before you leap. Now, I'm sure you've heard that saying probably a million times, but I'm going to reiterate it tonight. Look before you leap. There's a reason that old folks used to say that, because if you look before you leap, you don't know what you might be leaping into. And that usually turns out to be a bad thing. So recently, I've noticed how people are posting articles online about incidents that happened back in 2014 or 2015, but they posted like it just happened. Like it happened today, yesterday, or this week.
Well,
yeah, these are usually stories about like police brutality or something else that was unjust at the hands of the police and things like that. So what happens is that people read the post, get all fired up, start making comments about what they think should be done to the cops involved and get their feelings all riled up about the case, etc. But if they took the time to look before they leaped, they would have found out that this was a case that was old and probably resolved like 2 years ago. And the cop was already fired, arrested, or locked up, or whatever the case. And the bottom line is, it's already a done deal. It's over. It's overdone. As my mama used to say, it's overdone, rotten, and forgotten. But people keep posting these things, and they post it like, this just happened, this just in, like it's breaking news. Y'all need to stop. Look before you leap. Okay? If you just check it out, take a minute before you repost or retweet, take a minute to actually read it. Check the date, check the byline. Make sure it's even a real story.
Check the grammar.
Let's talk about that, okay? Because some of these things people put out there, they're not even real. And people jump on it and then start sending it all over the place and passing it around to all their friends, only to find out it's not even real. I'll give you an example. I saw a story once that said R. Kelly was opening an all-girls school in South Africa. And I read it and thought, this doesn't even sound right. But people were posting all these comments, all upset. R. Kelly, no way. He's a pervert. He can't do that. He's this, he's that. And I thought, now see, they're getting all riled up. But if you look at the story, the article had no byline, had no name of the paper. You couldn't trace it to anything. It was not a real story. But folk were fired up. And I was like, okay, everybody needs to just take a minute, relax, take a breath. It's not real. If you're going to post and print stories like you're some kind of quasi-reporter, then do the reporter's legwork. Check it out first before you do it. That's why I'm saying look before you leap. Now, another problem is, like I said, false information. If you're going to post a story, you need to check it out, okay? I'm just saying. Now, here's another one. I saw this week. There was a picture of an alleged newspaper clipping of a story saying that Donald Trump had said all this stuff about African Americans are lazy and only good for sex. Now, my first inclination was to believe it. But then I thought, after I read it, I said, this is crazy. Because it was going in like one thing after another. And I thought, now, I've heard him say a lot of off-the-cuff, crazy stuff, but this even sounded too crazy even for him to put it all in one article. And it was like a photocopy of a newspaper. So I looked at it and said, now, what paper is this? And the paper said World News. I said, World News? What is that? World News from where? What city? Where's the date? Where's the byline? Who wrote it? None of that was on there. And then the grammar was all jacked up. If whoever put this together couldn't even put a decent sentence together. It was full of grammatical errors. That's another key to let you know this is probably fake. But people were commenting on it, retweeting, reposting. It was going all over the place. And usually I just skip over that kind of stuff. But I said, no, I'm going to try to do a public service announcement and say, there's no substance to this. There's no proof. There's no masthead of what paper it came from. So everybody relax. This is not real. As much of a racist as I believe this man is, he actually did not say these things. He probably said other things, but he didn't say these things. So I'm just saying, look before you leap. Don't put that stuff in your account and all that fake junk and reposting stuff that's 2 and 3 years old and getting people all riled up. If it's already over and done with, I understand that you want justice. We all want justice for things that are unjust. But if the case is already closed, let it stay closed. If you want to comment on it, say, this happened, June of 2014 or something. Don't post it like it just happened, okay? Do us all a favor. Look before you leap. This is Redwine, and as usual, I'm just saying.
I'm Redwine. Right now. It's before you leap.
I'm just saying. They get you riled up.
They do.
See something talking about cop bust this guy in the head, unprovoked, unarmed man, and you're like, what?
That's a true thing.
And then you find out, that happened in 2013. Like, what? The cop was locked up 3 years ago. Come on.
Getting all revved up, ready to protest and some more stuff, right?
They're ready to organize. It's like, hey, it's done.
Well, if you guys got any questions or comments what we're talking about, hit us up tonight, 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Press 1. We got a live audience tonight.
Yeah. Oh, that was...
That's all right. They sleep. Audience tonight. Yay! It is my B-Day weekend. That's my birthday. We get ready to pop the champagne in about probably 11:01, right, Redwine?
Yeah, that's right.
All right now. Well, we're going to take a little CC break, and I'm going to come back with my Hollywood wrap-up.
Does your gray hair make you look much older than you really are? Do Boy Scouts try to help you cross the street? Don't waste your time with messy hair colors that won't last. Wigs will just make your hair sweat. What you need is a permanent solution. You need
Gray Be Gone. Gray Be Gone
burns your gray hairs right down to the root. No more coloring with
Gray Be Gone.
Simply apply Gray Be Gone with the heat-protected gloves to your entire scalp. When you feel the burning, the gray hairs are being fried right on your head. After the procedure, just stick your head in a bucket of ice water to cool the burning, and just like that, no more gray hairs. You might have bald spots and burns where the gray used to be, but that's a whole different problem. Gray Be Gone will solve your gray hair problem once and for all.
Gray Be Gone.
Get yours today and make that gray go away.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I want to host Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
And tonight we're celebrating Ketel's birthday.
Hello.
She's 18 with a bullet.
First
got a finger on the trigger.
She go
pull it. I'm telling my age saying that song. She's 29 and holding.
Look, I must be telling my age, girl. I think we're going to come back with me. It's really Papa.
Yeah.
In his segment, Living for the City. So we're going to get into his segment. So what you got for us tonight, Papa?
Well, let's see.
Uh-oh.
One thing that hurts me most of all with all these recent killings and things like that, if you look at the whole situation of that, the cops are always alone. They're always by themselves. They get the scenario of the situation is that somebody calls and it says, I saw this black guy with a gun or that, and the dispatcher gives it to the police officer. Now, they know each other, okay? Now, this police officer is patrolling the wrong area because he's not a person that looks like the people that he's serving. He's in the wrong area, or he's being sent to the wrong area. And now when they say the person has a gun, he's paranoid because your anxiety goes up. Rightly so. Okay, you're a police officer, and I'm not knocking police officers, putting them down by no stretch of the imagination. But, anyway, when the police follows up on a story, I think his number one job should be to get there and diffuse it, or to take in consideration what the environment looks like. And not only that, you have to understand that there's a whole police force behind you waiting to help you. But if you look at Sandra Bland, Michael Brown, the gentleman who shot the other gentleman in South Carolina, all these people were shot by a cop, by themselves, only person on the scene, no backup around. There is at least, in a police force, there is at least 50 to 60 people, not to mention 10 to 15 departments, that you can call on that radio to come and help you. You can call for backup. You can call the police chief so the police chief ain't got to lie for your ass after the fact when you done shot somebody and laid a drop gun in front of the person's dead body. So don't you call the same police chief that you want to lie for you before you go in with guns ablazing being a judge, jury, and executioner. So if you ever pull up any of these stories, the cop is always by himself. That Sandra Bland thing, how long did that go on with her? 15, 20 minutes?
Probably.
Did you ever see any other cops show up?
The other one that showed up later on.
Yeah, later on.
Yeah.
But after the one cop was so pissed off that he figured he'd go back, take her back to the cell and just kind of do her right. And anybody can kill people a lot of ways. There's 50 million ways to die. You can shoot a syringe of poison between somebody's toes.
That's true.
Okay? And as long as the prosecutor is there to back you up, but they'll put a rope on her, say she hung herself, but pull her toes apart, and you can probably see a microscopic hole between her toes. But nobody's going to look for that because nobody looks for anything that black folks are involved in. We just disposable. We're disposable items, How often you look at anything cheap that you're done with, I mean, like when you're using your deodorant, you roll on deodorant, it gets down to a very little bit, and it falls off that little circle there that holds on the thing, and it crumbles up. You just throw it away. You don't open up and look at the mechanism, see how that deodorant was made. It could be a defect on why it fell off the roll underneath your arm. So when it gets to the very end, it wants you to buy more. You still had enough to do your arm 3 or 4 more times, but it falls off at that certain point. So you can go spend that $3.25 to buy more. Anyway, I won't get off topic. Anyway, another thing I want to say is neighborhoods. Let's focus on neighborhoods for a minute. I'm constantly hearing people talk about the black neighborhood. And during the Republican Convention, they say, well, the black neighborhood. First of all, we all don't live in the same damn neighborhood. We all don't have the same MO, and we all don't project the same thing. And I think that that's something that's so evident, but I think that some people in this world can't get a grip to that because, well, the black community, even some of your most prominent reporters on CNN or MSNBC, well, the black community, well, what community are you talking about? You talking about the projects? Because at some point they're not separating the project for the middle class and calling everybody the same. Mm-hmm. And thinking everybody's in the same boat. And like you said, rewinding your commentary, when people just follow up on things and don't read or don't comprehend or don't punctualize, don't listen with the third ear or see with the third eye, they just get it all wrong, and they get it. I think that black folks are their own worst enemies. There's 50% that are trying to do right and make it right, and there's 50% that are bumbling buffoons, so to speak. And you know who you are. So I'm not putting down a race because you know who you are. Because every time you do something, you set everybody else back big time. People could be sophisticated as hell, but your counterpart person is out there fucking up. Excuse the expression, it's Ketel's birthday. I really don't want to swear on her birthday, but I'm in therapy. So, anyway.
You're doing good, Papa.
Thank you. And lastly, I want to speak on this whole thing where people say that this whole, let's just get this whole thing done. I was watching TV, and I'm going to wrap up with this. I saw this commercial where this man talks very, very fast. He talks about a gun show in Virginia. And he's going on at the gun show. And in the commercial, they say over 250 tables, all the things you need for gun entertainment. If you ever walked into a warehouse where any of these gun shows are held, it will blow your mind how many guns are out there on that table. And these guns are being sold. People are going out of that gun show with burlap bags in their hands over their back. And the trickle-down effect of these guns are getting back to the neighborhoods. How can you say that the guns won't get back to the neighborhood when over in Arlington you're having a gun show and there's about 2,500 guns at this gun show in a warehouse? Now, where do these guns come from? Out of somebody's trunk? People put guns on the table at a gun show like you put drawers on a table at a flea market. And at the end, if you take out, you got a good little permit, you take out 26 guns, so the next one you call your little black friend, hey, what's up, Rufus? Yeah, you got something? Yeah, I got some guns. Yeah. Now, Rufus knows some people in the black neighborhood, they willing to buy his guns. So where did the guns come from the beginning? They came from the gun show from that guy who called a non-threatening black guy, Rufus, who took the guns to the hood. So, like I said, see the big picture. If you ain't living life seeing the big picture, your ass is walking around blind. Anyway, that's all I want to kick in for Living for the City for tonight.
All right. I hear you, Papa. You're right. I think I did see that commercial one time.
Crazy.
They talking about all the vendors, the gun vendors out there, all these different people selling
tables,
ammo and guns.
Guns. Come and get it.
Anything to do with guns, they're selling.
Just like Waffle Houses when you go down south, everywhere.
Making a big deal. All right, we're going to keep on rocking and rolling. This is my B-Day weekend.
Yeah, we got Ketel coming up with the Hollywood wrap-up.
So what's happening in Hollywood this week?
Oh, it's a lot going on, from the DNC to Mary J. Blige to Prince.
All right.
That's your boy.
Yeah.
All right. We got Prince's family. Says an official tribute concert honoring the late icon will take place in October in the singer's hometown of Minneapolis.
All right. I'm going.
In a statement to the Associated Press on Thursday, Prince's family said the concert will be held on October the 13th. At the U.S. Bank Stadium. Performers will soon be announced on a rolling basis. Tickets will go on sale next month. The Purple One's brothers and sisters said in a joint statement that they have been moved by the tremendous love and support of Prince's friends and families around the world. On another note, Sesame Street is in the news. Actors 1, 2, 3 favorite human characters. Sesame Street is brought to you today by the letters S-I-R-E-D. 3 beloved human characters from the 45-year-old children's show have been given the Sesame Street suite.
Who's that for?
Bob, the music teacher, Gordon, the science teacher, and Luis, the Mr. Fix-It, played by Bob McGrath, Roscoe Orman, and Emilio Delgado, respectively, have been axed.
Those were all like the original people.
They sure were.
The original people.
I guess Sesame Street is evolving.
They didn't want to pay them no pension, so they got rid of that.
Maybe they let all the original cast members go, with the exception of Alan Maraca who was probably 20 years older than the rest of us, and Chris Knowing, who was also young. McGrath, 84, said at a Florida.
He's 84 and he was still doing his show?
Mm-hmm.
That was his problem. He wouldn't retire.
Right. So I guess things are evolving. They wanted to do everything new, I guess,
Yeah, I heard that thing had been sold to HBO.
Oh.
Sesame Street. I was shocked.
So they downsized.
That's been on PBS since the beginning of time.
And
now,
years old.
it's been sold to HBO.
Wow.
So that could be something that HBO might have been behind. I don't know.
Well, let's see what's going to happen. Also in the news, Mary J. Blige. That's my girl. That's my girl. That's my girl. Files for divorce from husband Kendu Isaac.
The thrill is gone.
Say it ain't so.
Miss Blige is sad to say it is true that she has filed for divorce, saying sometimes things don't work out how we hope they would.
He been spending too much of my money.
But there is a divine plan and a reason for everything. She always says that. The couple married for 12 years, had no children together, though Blige, she was a stepmother to Isaac's children from a past relationship, Brianna, Jordan, and Nas. So 3 kids. She was a stepmom.
Wow.
The singer cited irreconcilable differences as grounds for divorce in court documents obtained by TMZ. Mary will continue writing and working on her album, which is due out later this year, along with her world tour. She thanks and appreciates her fans for the support and love through this very difficult emotional time.
Wow.
Also in the DNC, Lady Gaga hits the stage to invite-only show for DNC delegates. This was in Camden, New Jersey, at the DNC. Lady Gaga hit the stage at an invitation-only concert Thursday for delegates for the Democratic National Convention, covering classic songs from Woody Guthrie, Neil Young, and the Beatles. Gaga opened with jazzy versions of Guthrie's "This Land Is Yours Land" and then Young's "Old Man." She also introduced by DNC U.S. Senator Cory Booker. He was on point.
Oh, yeah.
Who called her a star who's not afraid to speak out about sexual violence and mental health. She closed out her set with the Beatles, "Come Together." Also, you mentioned earlier Lenny Kravitz, who also performed inside the convention on Wednesday night, ended his set Thursday by shouting, "We the people, we the people, we the people." All right. Also, one last thing. Ed Hartwell files for divorce after wife Keisha Knight Pullman announced the pregnancy.
Wait a minute, Randy says it here?
Keisha Knight Pullman, she's a little
Rudy.
girl that was
Keisha Knight Pullman?
Yeah.
Rudy.
So, wait a minute, her husband filed for divorce?
He filed for divorce. Less than 7 months after their wedding, former NFL star Ed Hartwell has filed for divorce from actress Keisha Knight Pullman. Hartman filed for divorce in Fulton County, Georgia, courthouse on Monday, citing irreconcilable, yeah.
You cut off. You are cut off.
It's my birthday.
Irreconcilable differences.
Yep. Right now,
so she's 7 months pregnant. He filed for divorce.
Yep. He wants a paternity test. He don't think the kid is his.
Ooh.
Oh, that's foul.
He used to mess around with Tigger.
What?
Yeah.
The DJ, radio DJ?
Radio DJ
All I
Tigger.
can say that is my man. That's how you do it.
So, we shall see. But that's it, and that's all. That's my
She fine as hell, though, I tell you, boy. That Keisha Knight Pullman, boy, she been working out.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yep.
that's just my opinion on that.
All right. Okay. So we're going to take a little CC break. That's my Hollywood wrap up.
All right.
It's my birthday weekend, so we celebrating. So
yeah.
It's on. We got a live audience.
Live audience in the house. If you just tuned on to the Pajama Party, we're a Friday night late night talk show. We put down all the facts on what's happening and try to straighten out the edges. I'm Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine. And we are 3 different characteristics altogether. And I'd just like to say before we go to break that those 2 work for me.
Oh, here
and
we go.
I think I might just give him a 25, 30 cent raise.
I just popped him in the damn head.
Okay. We'll be right back.
You're in the right place at the right time. It's the Pajama Party. www.apajamaparty.com. Produced by DC Homegrown Entertainment. Don't just sit there yelling at the air. You've got an opinion? We want to hear it too. Dial 914-803-4306. That's 914-803-4306. Don't let us have all the fun by ourselves. We've got room for you at the Pajama Party. And remember, it's PJs only, no clothes allowed. Operators are standing by. Well, they're lounging on pillows, but they're waiting for your calls. So call us now, 914-803-4306. Now back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party. Oh, you want to throw pillows?
All right, students, settle down. Today's lesson is on weed etiquette. Just because weed has been legalized in certain states, people need to understand that they should use weed etiquette when visiting friends and family. Now, if you choose to smoke weed when visiting friends and relatives who don't smoke weed, please remember these rules. Number 1, go outside. Number 2, collect the roaches. Number 3, stand away from the house. Number 4, wash your hands and mouth when you come back inside. And remember, everyone does not want to get high with you. So don't take it personal. Some people may be on parole. Some may be interviewing for jobs where drug testing is required. And some may be in AA and they just can't get high with you. Maybe they just don't like the smell of weed. Did you think of that? So remember, if you sit in the car and smoke weed and come back in the house and sit on their nice upholstered furniture, that smell will remain in their sofa for quite a while, and they may not like that. Weed is not a cologne or a perfume. Everyone doesn't want to smell it. So make sure you use weed etiquette when you do your thing. This has been a public service announcement for weed etiquette, and we thank you for your time. Hey, Papa, pass what you doing, man? What you doing?
I'm waiting for the teacher to get done.
Students, settle down. Hey, students. Okay, share with the teacher. Why? Share with the teacher. Students, share with the teacher. Someone open the window, please. Open the window.
Okay, all right. Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
And if you're tuning in for the first time, this is a Friday night, adult night talk show where you get to go put your pajamas on. Remember, you don't wear drawers with pajamas. That is just not right. When you wear pajamas, you should be flapping in the wind underneath. Nobody wears drawers with pajamas. That's in the book of Draws, Inc.
See what I'm saying?
Anyway, where are we? Yeah, anyway, where are we?
It's time for the cocktail of the week.
Cocktail of the week.
Come on, Redwine.
All right. Let me step over here to the bar. To the bar. Now, this week's cocktail of the week, as usual, is brought to you by those fine people from DC Homegrown Entertainment at www.dchomegrown.com.
Are they British?
No, they're not British.
But
they're very proper.
So they're Australian.
No, they're just very proper.
They're proper. Okay. They're driveway, not parallel parking.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So the cocktail of the week is called Calm Waters.
Calm Waters?
Calm Waters.
Wow.
Now,
Calm Waters spelled.
to make a calm water, these are the ingredients. You need 1, Poppa DD, listen, it'll be a test later.
This is Calm Water, C-U-M.
C-A-L-M, waters.
Okay.
It's 1 1/4 ounce of Tanqueray gin, 3/4 ounce of lime juice, 3/4 ounce simple syrup, 3 cucumber slices, 4 to 6 mint leaves, and then you need some ice. And the ice is actually, you have to make it in advance. The ice has mint, cucumber, and lime in the ice cube. So to make this drink, you want to muddle some cucumber in a shaker tin and then add a hand clap of mint.
And can you explain muddle to us, please? For those that know what muddle means.
You take a muddler.
And what is a muddler? For those who don't know.
It's a bar tool that helps to break the leaves of the mint to release the essence of the oils.
Okay. What is it usually made of? Wood, metal?
It could be wood or metal.
Okay.
I have a wooden one, but you can get them in wood or metal.
Okay. Is it all-purpose? Do you use it for other things?
I'm sure you could if you put your mind to it. Okay. Moving on, you want to muddle the cucumber in a shaker tin and add a hand clap of mint. So in this case, you're going to muddle the cucumber and then the hand clap of mint. So basically, you don't muddle the mint. You just want to hand clap the mint.
Hand clap the mint.
And then you add smack it.
Wake it up.
Smack it. You want to spank that mint.
Okay.
Then you add the lime juice and the simple syrup in the Tanqueray. You want to shake it, and strain it over the rocks. And then you want to add the ice cubes that have your cucumber, lime, and mint. Like the spherical ice cubes are best for those kinds of things. But if you don't have those kind of ice trays, you can use a regular one. Just put a little bit of mint, cucumber, lime in your ice cube trays in advance and make it fancy. But you can use regular ice. You know, you don't have to go all that. But that's how you make a calm waters cocktail. It's very tasty and very refreshing. And if you would like to try this recipe, go to our website at apajamaparty.com and click on the cocktail of the week, and you can find that information there. Should be there whenever the interns update the site tomorrow. I guess by tomorrow, that information will be there. So check it out. I think you'll like it. I did.
So I noticed that you looked at me and Ketel and said we could use regular ice. If we don't have the sophisticated ice that you have. Would you ever use regular ice?
I would not, but that's just my
we know that.
I'm not
but you looked at us and said you could use regular ice.
You know what, Papa?
Okay. Obviously, you're a sophisticated. Okay.
I am. Well, we can move on to our kissing list. What's the kissing list, Papa?
Okay, the kissing list is a list that we compile every week of people that showed their ass completely and did some dumb crap. And we put you on a list, and we have a song dedicated to you. And we will announce all the people. And if you want to call in and put somebody on the kissing list, you can call and put your mother, your father, your sister, your brother.
Your boss.
You can give us your name and Social Security number.
Your boyfriend.
You can turn them in completely.
Girlfriend.
Anybody that showed their ass and pissed you off, they're going to kiss the list. So here we go. Well, we have a caller, first of all.
Oh, all right. Let's pick your caller up, and then we'll go to the kissing list.
Caller, you're on the Pajama Party. Welcome to the Pajama Party, caller.
Hey, guys.
Hello?
Happy birthday, Ketel. How are you?
Fine. Thank you very much.
Yeah, she's getting old.
We
had to blow the dust off of her.
I know I'm going to assume Donald Trump's on your kiss it list, but can you please add Mike Pence for saying that President Obama was wrong for calling Trump a demagogue because name-calling has no place in a presidential race?
All right. Now,
really?
What's his name? Mike Pence?
Michael Pence.
Oh, the president, vice
He needs
VP.
to tell that to Donald Trump then.
Oh, please.
Yeah, that's my point. He actually said that in a press conference today.
Yeah.
That
he don't.
President Obama was wrong for name calling because there's no place for that in a presidential race. Also, I'm sure, like I said, Donald Trump's on your list, but can you also add that this fool got his first security briefing today and made a statement at a press conference that is actually a breach of that security?
Oh, wow.
So add him to the kiss.
So they try to give him a heads up on what he's going to be getting into, and he
they
goes
gave
on.
one to him and one to Hillary because that's what you do after the convention.
Yeah, well, Hillary was
and
Secretary
he's already
of State.
running his mouth.
Hillary was Secretary of State, so she's not green to these things. You know, this man never been in the military. No, he don't know anything about anything. But anyway, yeah, we appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Mike Pence.
Thank you.
Anyway, first of all, okay, take care.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, we got him.
All right, the first person on our kissing list was Bill O'Reilly. And did we put the gentleman who put that Fox thing together on there, the one that was messing with the women? What was his name?
We had him last week.
We need to put him on there.
Ariels, whatever his name.
Yeah, Ariels, yeah.
We're going to get him again?
You get him again, hell yeah. Anyway, Bill O'Reilly, before the guy Ariel put together Fox as being a national broadcasting, Bill O'Reilly was a co-anchor with the one that played the young lady that does the show Inside Edition, I think it is. What's her name?
Norville.
Norville. Yeah, right. He was her sidekick until he got boosted up into the whole, that whole clan society got over here at Fox. Anyway, let's put Bill O'Reilly on the kiss list. He pissed off Montel Williams, brought him on there to talk about something. He flipped the script, wanted to talk about something else, and Montel said, I ain't talking about that.
Right.
So then Bill O'Reilly says, you ain't never come back to this show. And Montel Williams say, are you kidding me? Have I been coming to this show? What do you think, this show is in my fucking path of walking? Please. Anyway, and also for saying that even though slaves helped build the White House, he went there, he said they were well fed and well housed, so they weren't really slaves. Now wait, in the 1800s, I'm not well fed and well housed today. Or most black folks think, I don't
care if you fed them a buffet dinner every night.
It's so interesting.
You're still a slave, you're still a slave.
But we have, like I said, let's listen again with the third ear and the third eye. We give him material to use.
Well, can I kick him?
He said that the White House was not built by slaves only because Michelle Obama spoke on that first, which gave him some news to report. So, hell, if she didn't talk about it, he wouldn't know what to say. Anyway, let's see. Nick Cannon? What? Nick Cannon for saying he's only focused on voting for local elections, not presidential elections, because it's based on popularity. I heard he's also now involved with that girl. What's her name? The one with the TLC? That little pretty little brown one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot her name, but her.
The one that ran up on Usher and everybody else, she didn't slept with her.
Anyway.
All right, the man on the New York subway cursing back at the woman on the L train of all trains. Get on the A train, do that shit. Get on the E train,
Not
do
on
it.
the L train.
He arguing with a black woman on the L train. The L train probably goes through a sophisticated neighborhood that nobody even gives a crap about. Debbie Wasserman Schwartz, she got ousted. She was on the kiss list because she was involved in the negative reporting of Bernie Sanders through emails and for scandaling black folks by saying, we don't want Bernie to mess up our peeps, our Southern Baptist peeps.
Really?
Southern Baptist is mostly black folks, and she's going to use the term peeps, which is a term created by black folks. And this woman looks like a white woman trying to wear a jerry curl with a suntan. She looks like shit. She needs to be fired, and they hired old girl to take her place. What's the sister with the
Donna Brazile.
Donna Brazile took her place,
right.
and she just did it from the beginning. It's really sad that black folks only get a job at the white folks fuck up. That is so sad. Anyway, going down to Rush Limbaugh for saying that Michelle Obama needs to get over the slavery thing and move on because nobody's talking about that anymore. Rush Limbaugh he's older than dog shit underneath dog shit, and he really needs to shut up. He's got all kind of crap going on with him. I hear he's wearing a Depend. He's pissing and shitting on himself during his own show, and the man's gotten old and decrepit. Anyway, Donald Trump for holding a press conference and asking why Hillary Clinton didn't hold more press conferences and saying that she's copying off of him. We ain't even got to elaborate on what Donald Trump says, and I don't even want to put him in any kind of intellectual anything or anything that has to do with any type of anything. The man is from Jersey. He's just like Chris Christie, the bullies.
Don't even elaborate.
They bullies. Right, exactly. Right, we got to move on. We got to move on. Anyway, let's see. The prosecutors for the Freddie Gray trial for dropping all the charges against all the. How does 8-9 people get off when one Negro can't get off? Okay, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. WikiLeaks for their deliberate timing in releasing the hacked emails from the DNC, but I'm glad they did because that woman had to go. She was full of shit. On the day that the Democratic, I'm in therapy with this cursing, so bear with me. And
fell all the way off that way.
That does only hang up on the Democratic convention, and for all that, we have a song for you, for all you people that did your messed up stuff this week.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world kiss
my ass.
You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass.
Well, you can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever-loving country ass. That's right.
No. All right, we're back. That was our song dedicated to everybody who showed their ass last week and the week before. That's called our Kiss It List.
And this week.
And this week, once again, this is a Pajama Party. I'm Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Oh.
It's Ketel's birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Ketel.
Okay,
You get ready to turn it up in about 10 minutes.
Turn down for
We're
what?
about to go off the air soon, and she's excited because there is plenty up in here.
We got a live audience tonight.
And she's That's right. She's 18 with a bullet.
29.
She got a finger on the trigger, and she gonna.
That sounds good.
She's 29 and holding.
Well, why are you talking? What's your last word, Papa?
My last word is I just want everybody to, as this election comes upon us, pay attention to what's happening. Don't get excited about stuff. Don't let people give you a rise. Stop letting Trump say stuff and you say, wow, did you hear what he said? Who gives a shit what he says? You should know what he says because he's who he is. You know? So don't worry about it. Be cool. You know? Kill him with kindness, as old folks said. Kill his ass with kindness. But thank you for tuning in, and we'll be in touch next week.
You got a red one.
Well, my last word is just remember to go out and vote. Whoever you plan to vote for, hopefully it's not that nutcase, but go out and vote. And check out our website at apajamaparty.com, and you can get the recipe for Cool Waters, Cocktail of the Week, and you can listen to previous episodes of our shows. You can get information about the Pajama Party Crew and anything else you want to know about the show. So we thank you all for listening. Happy birthday again to Ketel. Happy birthday. And that's my last. Happy birthday. Oh, they want to sing now.
All right, come on.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
All right. Dang. Okay. Redwine, the boss said we got to cut it. My last word is thanks for the old listeners, new listeners, and future listeners. And the folks that weren't listening to the DNC last night and the other party, we have to all listen to both parties to see what's really going on out here.
Pay attention.
And pay attention and know what's going on.
Wake up.
Because as Hillary Clinton said, she said, the children are our future. So the children that are out there playing the little video games and doing this and that, my son is one of them. I told him he needs to listen to see what's going on because the next generation is him. And he needs to know what the next president is going to do for us. Do for the next generation, which is him. So it is so important. So children are our future. They need to get out there and listen, see what's going on in the world. And I want to give a special shout out to Louisiana. Thanks for listening. LA, New York, NC, DMV, everybody who listens to the Pajama Party, we appreciate you listening.
Philly.
Pittsburgh, we look for you, Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Florida? Did we say Florida?
No, Florida. And, of course, our number one fan. He knows who he is. He had a birthday a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
Our number one fan. We appreciate you listening to us.
And thanks to our live audience.
All right, now listen.
Coming over to celebrate.
Our live audience.
Happy birthday.
Right now.
And let's give a shout out to Quiet on the Set.
All right. Quiet on the Set is in the house.
Quiet on the Set's in the house. That's they have their own what is that?
Online
magazine, and you can pull them up.
Check them out.
What is your website there?
www.quietonthesetmagazine.com. Cover issue is out.
All right. www.quietonthesetmagazine.com. Get it in. Take advantage of it. Check it out. See what you can do with it.
All right. Say goodnight.
Support those who support you.
Yeah. Each one teach one.
All right.
Get off your ass.
Say goodnight, Papa.
Brush your teeth. Wash your ass every day.
See what I'm saying?
God.
Say goodnight, Papa.
Please say goodnight.
Say goodnight, Redwine.
Bonsoir.
All right.
Until next week.
I know that's
Until
right.
next week. Friday, same time. Be here at 9 o'clock Eastern time.
Here you go.
Oh, boy.
We're here 10 o'clock Central time.
10 o'clock?
No, wait a minute.
Wait, we're out.
Well, no, let me try one more time. We're here 9 o'clock Eastern time. We're here 8 o'clock Central time, 7 o'clock Mountain time, and 6 o'clock West Coast time.
All right.
All right.
That time.
And that's 9:15 CP time.
See what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right.
All right.
We're out.
We're out.
All right. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of cheers.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Pajama Party, grown Party Crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama Party, grown and sexy, join the party. Pajama Party Crew, keep it real for you. No